Heidi ho, and welcome to this week's episode of Magic Bringers Rising for the week of November 21st to the 27th. And happy Thanksgiving to all of our beautiful watchers and audience. But stay tuned for this week's episode to find out more about how eclipse season is wrapping up this week, how the new moon is going to affect things, and Jupiter going direct, and how this is all going to play out for the rest of the year. Okay. Happy Thanksgiving. This is going to be a week. Not a bad week, but just another energy reset period. Uh, and I think it has a lot more to do with Jupiter going direct this week than anything else. But of course, it goes direct on the new moon, which is, the day before Thanksgiving. So, all right, we get the lightening up of things. We get Jupiter going back into direct motion with us, working with us, not against us. But I wouldn't expect that steady flow of, success, of us looking at our outer lives and trying to match that with our energy and all that kind of Jupiter stuff. I wouldn't expect that to gain more traction until next week. But we've got the start of it. You'll definitely feel the shift because, all right, so the 23rd, which is what, Wednesday? Let me double check here. Yeah, Wednesday. So the day before Thanksgiving, we got the new moon, we got Jupiter going direct. And in a sense, it's going to be almost like a cycle of completion because when Jupiter went retrograde, it also happened on a new moon. So, there's one whole cycle of illusion being stripped away, of us being able to see, what the reality before us really is. No matter how good or bad, neutral that was for you, that period is ending. And it's being followed up on the 24th on American Thanksgiving with the Sagittarius stellium. So, I mean, it's going to feel like you have more energy. It's going to feel like, finally, yay, you can kind of crash and relax into I have something in my eye, into the holiday season, which is good. But it's Sagittarius energy on Thanksgiving. So let's ease off on some rash decisions. You may have a lot of more, feel like you have more energy, more sense of adventure, more willingness to try and get out there a bit. But think about where you want to be 3 to 6 months down the line rather than, trying to make things happen all in one weekend because you suddenly felt inspired to do so. So, yes, make inroads, but realize that this is almost like a journey between eclipses, eclipse to eclipse. So as we're ending the shadow of this last eclipse, now we have to start looking forward to the next one. But now we're building, we'll build up to the next one, whether we realize it or not. But what I do want to say is that resonance and that cycling, how this past eclipse season ends on a week where we really feel called to be bigger and bolder in that Sagittarius energy, and now we feel like we have a more solid footing perhaps and what's actually ahead of us, like the hard work that we have to do um, to get where we want to go, to be that light filled person, to clear our own way in a sense. And the next eclipse season is really the one that has the energy of new beginnings. Like new. It's an Aries. So in next April, we'll have the next eclipse season. It's just like Aries, Aries, Aries. um, so um, we're priming ourselves. So let yourself look ahead a little bit and look at that long term 3 month, 6 month plan of, where do you want to be? And answer me in the comments. Where do you want to be in 3 to 6 months when that new beginnings energy hits us? Because 2020, and like this is like all, it is all leading us somewhere, especially as we approach 2024. But that's a whole other subject. But the first thing is preparing us for all of this energy is preparing us for that number 7 year. And as we head into December, there's going to be a lot of that I'm okay to just be messaging coming through. I'm okay to shine in my light, no matter my circumstances, no matter how I feel about work, no matter like how much work I do. Like it might be a month, not just because the holidays are coming up, but you really kind of step away and take a better look at your work life balance because you're okay to be you. You're okay to be in your own light for a while and not necessarily be in high productive mode because you feel your own self value. So certainly don't let any of those feelings pass you by along the way. Those are some very important feelings and a good preview of where 2023 can take you. So we're already like getting primed for something completely different, which is good, which is beautiful because I think we need different. And I think we need to be in our own energy, in our own feelings, and our own desires right now, especially December has a lot of that Venus energy. So coming to what we love, what we appreciate, what we find pleasure in. Um, Coming into that energy to be able to create a new beginning, to co create that new beginning that we do want to see and make it mean what we want to mean. Very important stuff, even if it feels a little lighter. But, practical stuff, try and hold on. Uh, the stellium doesn't hit until after the US is already in holiday mode. So, try and get as work done as you can until Wednesday. Keep your boots on the ground till then. Then you can sit back and enjoy, of course. And, next week there's going to be more Sagittarius energy, a little bit more Venus energy, just boosting ourselves to want to be more expansive, to want to find an adventure. Um, and like the next 2 weeks kind of follows that, like I was saying, like lots of energy where we're going to be okay within ourselves. Maybe for the first time in 2 years, maybe for the first time in like since spring. For me at least. Well, once May hit, May was like it's been like one thing after the other here in this household. And I'm looking forward to just being able to sink in and clear that slate because while it certainly produced a lot of opportunities for me and mine to be okay in our relationships and do that little bit of reflecting, like are we meeting each other where we need to be kind of stuff. um yeah, I'm ready for something else. And I think you all are as well. I'm not going to offer any light language tonight. It's not even nighttime. um, it's been a bad week for me. Bad week. My poor tummy. Anyway, um, just because I want you to experience these energies as authentically as possible and not necessarily from this idea that you have to shift something. Because each and every day we wake up in these new energies. And sometimes we just need to know how we authentically, by ourselves, without any external influence, work and react in these energies. And things are going to lighten up, and you're going to need to know that you are okay, even without transmissions from the universe, even without, um, all of your daily practices, because, holiday week, things are going to get busy, that you're going to be okay. And sometimes that's a bit of a reset of saying, like, well, if I really am just all right, how much of a daily practice do I actually need? It's a good question to ask always. Because it keeps you from doing busy work and being distracted versus doing the work that's actually really authentically inspired by your soul. Because not all of it is needed all the time. All right, I've expounded on that, and that wasn't even in the notes. But in that spirit of new adventure, right? In that spirit of new adventure, I do want to let you know that I do have the Black Friday promotion going. It is the Rise Like a Goddess bundle, and I've packaged my two big courses and two of my most highly recommended workshops into one big bundle. And as a bonus, I'm adding in the master class that I'm finishing up today or this week, the Strong Energy, Strong Empath Masterclass. I'm putting that in the empathic course as part of this bundle. But you'll get the Discover Your Authentic Meditation Style workshop. You'll get the Unfuck Your Empathy course. You'll get the 2023 Live Dream Casting Workshop, which is happening live on. Shit, I didn't write that down. I think the 28th. The 28th of December, we'll do that live together. And then you'll get the entire Dreamcasting Your Year course, which is really like this practical working theory of how to use your intuition to bridge the gap between guidance and putting things down in your planner and being able to, very practically use your energy and your dreams to co-create the kind of life and opportunities you want to see. It really bridges that gap between wanting something, manifesting something, and then, really living the life you need to live in order to get there as an intuitive, as somebody who's an energy sensitive or an empath. So all of those things bundled together or separately are worth over $500, but this bundle is $97. Black Friday, it's only going to be $97 until November 28th. And, I really wanted to offer this because I want this number 7 year, 2023, to be the year you rise, because it's going to be that internal year where we look at where we've been and really focus in on our own mastery, whether that's emotional mastery or helping you develop your intuition or really helping you figure out how to get your energy straightened out so you can manifest and co-create. It's my mission to help as many light workers and witchy women as possible rise. And 2023 can be the year where you set those foundations so that by the time 2024 rolls around, and I know, I know, like, oh, you have to wait 2 years. I'm just talking about the energies that will be available in those years. Like, you want to leverage what you can now so by the time 2024 rolls around and that energy rolls around, you are ready to blast off. I mean, even in the sense of becoming, you are just ready to step through that door and say, this is mine. This is mine. And I get to live it. And I get to love it. So this bundle, $97 until November 28th. Will get you the tools and the practices and the shifts that you really need in order to get there, in order to make 2023 the year you begin to rise. All right. I hope you take advantage of that because you only got a couple days to decide. And I don't know if I'll ever offer it again. We'll see. these things these things like Black Friday sales for an intuitive, like I really like look ahead to the year that's coming and say like, what will they need? What do I have to give to them that's going to be ultimately the thing that actually helps them? And I go with that. I don't just go with, what I have or, what's ready. I really try and package these things so that you are getting what you need before you even realize you need it. All right. Happy Thanksgiving. Have a week full of gratitude, a week full of sharing blessings and sharing the light that's just coming from you as we enter into this new moon and the Sagittarius energies. And I look forward to seeing you next week. All right. Have a beautiful week.